Take a look at this real agenda from a real NHS meeting from 2014. Let's zoom in on one of the last items scheduled for this meeting. Here we can see that AOB was an item on the agenda. Today, we're going to talk about what AOB stands for, and we'll also take a look at some other really important vocabulary for professional meetings. My name is Chris, and I'm a business English and communication coach. I've personally worked with over 1,000 international professionals, just like you, to improve the way that they communicate at work in English. And if you want to find out more about the coaching that I offer, then you can visit the website right here. First, notice that pronunciation point. I said this word a couple of times at the beginning of the video. So let me ask you, how do we say this word? This is an agenda. Agenda. That G is a J sound, as in giraffe, suggest, or Germany. This is a word that I hear professionals around the world pronounce incorrectly every day. So hopefully now that won't be you. Okay, let's jump back into our agenda and talk about AOB. AOB is a very common agenda item and stands for any ideas? Business. Any other business. This is a catch-all. It's a time at the end of a meeting that you can use to discuss anything else that comes up during the meeting. If people want to discuss something that's not on the agenda, this is where you would do it. This can be a really useful tool to make sure that you keep a meeting focused and on track. So, if someone goes off on a tangent, then you can suggest that you discuss their topic during AOB or any other business. Speaking of keeping meetings focused, I just used the word tangent. What does this mean? If you go off on a tangent, or maybe bring up a tangent, or want to discuss something tangential to the current topic, then you want to discuss something unrelated. If we're having a meeting to discuss the budget and I start talking about planning the Christmas party, then this would definitely be a tangent. Maybe we should save that for any other business. Maybe we could circle back to that later. That's a common corporate-sounding phrasal verb. If we circle back to something, then we return to it later. We come back to that topic of discussion later in the meeting. For instance, I don't want to go off on a tangent here, but this is really important to discuss. Maybe we can circle back to it during any other business. Okay, let's circle back now to our agenda. Let's go all the way to the top and focus now on this. One of the first items on this agenda is apologies. Apologies. What do we mean by apologies in the context of a meeting? Well, if I apologize, then I tell people that I'm sorry. That's the verb, to apologize. An apology is the noun form. However, the plural apologies has a very specific meaning in this context. In a meeting, apologies are the people who are supposed to be in the meeting, the people that you're expecting to be there, but who aren't. We might say something like, Dave is unable to attend today's meeting, and he sends his apologies. That's the formal phrase that you need here to send your apologies. I'm really sorry, I can't come. I send my apologies. Here's a question for you. Each line on this agenda is called what? What do we call something on an agenda? The most commonly used word here is item. Item. For instance, we have a lot of agenda items to get through today. Or maybe the third item on the agenda will take up a lot of our time. Don't forget that if you would like to discuss any of the vocabulary or grammar, etc. in today's video, then maybe we can work together. My full-time job is helping international professionals who use English at work to improve their communication skills. So, if you need English to do your job, but you don't speak it natively, then I'd love to meet you. If you'd like to book some time to meet with me through one-to-one video calls, just you and me, then you can go to breakoutbusinessenglish.com. That's the title of the channel, breakoutbusinessenglish.com, and find out more. Starting on our very first call, we can focus on the specific opportunities that you personally have to improve your English and communication skills, and the mistakes that you make most often or cause the biggest problems with your communication. And right now, you can use the code YouTube30, that's YouTube30, at checkout to get a 30% discount off your first booking of 30, 45, or 60 minutes, whichever is best for you. Sometimes my calendar gets a little busy, so if you have trouble finding a time that works for you, then you can always send me a message through the contact page on the website and ask if I have any time to fit you in. I've worked with well over 1,000 non-native English-speaking professionals, from new graduates up to CEOs and government leaders, to help them to achieve their goals, and I look forward to meeting you. And if you're interested in seeing exactly the kind of thing that we can do during a coaching session, then maybe you can watch one of these videos next, where I analyze the English communication skills of some well-known world leaders.